Right, so I think we're live right now.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So, does everybody want to do an introduction of themselves, or do you want me to make sure that I do?
Proper introduction.
Okay. All right. Center is Nelson C, founder of NikeTalk. Eyes of Hazel, awesome, and EK702 is with us.
Ekin 702.
Ekin,
the infamous Ekin.
Oh my goodness.
He actually is a person,
Oh.
and there he is. You don't believe it.
To be very clear.
I think bots are now done. I think it's something else now. Senior users. But it has to be refreshed and renewed every year.
He's gonna be our first panelist, our first inviting panelist.
Oh yeah.
Come sit. We're already live, but you're gonna be our first panelist already. Scooch over a little
Are
bit.
you good? Yeah.
First panelist.
He's our first panelist.
All right.
Can you see yourself on the? There you
Yeah.
go. Oh, damn, that's me. I'm on TV.
Hey,
Mom. What up, Mom? All right, cool. This is very NikeTalk right now. My username is soysauce23.
AKA LA, big city of dreams.
Yes. Yep. What up? I'll let you guys, because I didn't discover it. I created it. So. Sorry. You can go ahead. Grandmaster Guru here.
But with me, you
Go ahead.
with
No,
me?
you go. I need time to think.
Man, I'm originally from Nike Park. If you did a Yahoo search, that's pre-Google, Nike Park was the first thing that came up. If you put in sneakers, anything, they had that on lock. So I came from Nike Park, and all of a sudden, a friend of mine got an email from who's now this young man to my left,
Formerly young man.
about this site that's going up on a certain date. And that's how I discovered NikeTalk. And it took me a good 8-9 months to figure out how to actually become a member and have my stuff logged in. So ever since October 2000, I've been dedicated and committed to the site. I thought it was important because there was a sketch of the Air Jordan 16 that blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
We were fighting to have the 11s retro at that time, and the 16 looked like it would be a very good consolation prize at that time. And that black and red 16 was everything to me. So I was literally a freshman at Virginia Commonwealth University, VCU in Richmond, Virginia, sitting at my computer. And it was about 8-9 times a day. Like, get out of class, I'm on NikeTalk. Like, this is pre-smartphones, pre-everything.
Yeah.
So I literally had to be in the library or in my dorm room. And NikeTalk was like 8-9 times a day. So I studied NikeTalk. So I got my master's degree in NikeTalk, working my PhD right now.
He's a graduate.
Definitely.
For me, it was more so trying to find the shoes that I couldn't get that had already been sold out, and trying to find a community where I can purchase these shoes. You know, obviously walking into your Foot Actions, your Athlete's Foot, and whatever the heck was going on back in the day, and not being able to get them, and trying to like Google search somewhere outside of eBay where you can find a pair of sneakers. So obviously like Nike Park and NikeTalk, stumbled upon those. My account was in limbo for like what was it? You had to be what was it, like audited or something like that?
3 months you had?
3 months. This shit took 2 years. Like 2 years, 6 DMs. Like, what's going on? Like, can I get through, please? Finally, like,
do some background checks. I'm sorry.
Background check, yeah, shit. On a 16-year-old. Golly, that's creepy. I'm kidding. But in reality, it took me a couple of years to get on. Finally, 2001, I was able to get in and found a home and was able to waste a lot of hours, a lot of school hours dedicated to shoes. Yeah.
Wow. I found NikeTalk through Nike Park, because Nike Park was the message board back in the day, and then somebody posted a link saying like, hey, we're opening this new message board.
That was me.
That was you. Okay. Yeah. So then I signed up right then and there as soon as I saw that post, and member since day one. For me, like my favorite one was somebody said that they were gonna go to Vegas. At that time, I was working at a store here in Vegas, and I kind of knew that who this guy was, and he came up to me and goes, "Are you Ekin 702?" I was like, "No, no, I'm not." But yeah, that's I had to keep it on the deal. But yeah, I'm sorry whoever that was, but yeah.
It was you.
No, I think I don't know if it was Ijapino or I don't know if it
Okay.
was Ijapino. I don't know, but yeah.
So I got to meet a lot of people through the buy sell forum.
Mhm.
Just like playing sneakers online, living in LA, just meet a lot of people. I did have somebody find out who I was online, which was kind of weird because like I had posted something, I was talking a lot of shit, and then someone used my name, like my first name, with a question mark, and I'm like, oh damn, like someone out there really knows like that this is actually me, and that was kind of where, and it wasn't bad, it wasn't a fight, but it's just online, kind of like that. Being anonymous a little bit, and then finally someone knew it was you or who you are. It was kind of cool. Kind of having it come full circle. So,
I think with me, I won't drop any names, but I think I was the originator of I am who I am. So I was the guy that will, as you said, talk the BS, but I will have my picture up there. I will be on buy sale. I will be at groups. So there's a lot of entertainers, a lot of rappers, a lot of so forth that I've come across, and it's been all good. So I haven't been one of those people that were one way on the site and one way in real life, and I've been able to evolve, mature, and so forth through the site as well. But there's a lot of entertainers you'd be surprised that have come through that site and still come through that site to this day. We created a lot of styles. I'll put it like that. And there's a lot of brands that owe this man a lot of money because there's a lot of celebrities out there now that their foundation is this website.
So the why was I just needed a place to like share information that wasn't cluttered with either BS, trolls, literally like porn being posted on Nike Park. It was you had to weed through all this garbage just to get like one morsel of information. Like I remember we were talking about how in June of '99 somebody posted that Michael was gonna be wearing the 14s. And like nobody really believed him, and then it actually happened. So I'm like, there's actually people out there who have information. It's just we're not getting to it because there's so much garbage in between. And at the time, I was part of like a car forum and some other toy transformer forum I was on back in the day. I'm like, I could just take this software and use it and have our own version of this with actual moderation and actual avatars, and like you could just monitor this stuff and it'd be a lot easier to just share information. So that was the main thing, is just building an actual really true community where you can just like share things in between each other. So that was the reasoning behind it. The why was because I just wanted to get the fours and I missed out on the fours in '99, and like I need that release date, and Nike Park's not doing it. So it's slightly selfish, but more really I just wanted a community place where people. I wanted it to stay how it is actually right now. It's just like friends who just talk about sneakers and now talk about general and sports and everything. Talk about life.
I think what Nike Park showed, and this is in real life, whether it's personal, professional, you need to have organization in order to be successful. And you saw what happened with Nike Park when things were all good, but that lack of order and organization, things went haywire.
It was chaos.
That's one thing that I give NikeTalk credit for consistently, is that you may have moderators and so forth, but you need that order and that structure in order to keep the house and keep the integrity of the house almost. So we all have done certain things, said certain things that we probably will regret, but overall, you still have your punishments, your bans, your so forth, but you're still accountable for getting out of pocket sometimes. And with Nike Park, it got to a point that everyone got out of pocket and it was good. Then you have this chaos and you have no order. So, yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? I have a question I asked back there, and I'm dead serious because the people that are here, I think, share the same kind of problems with more so for Nelson. Can we start a thread, or can we have resources for us older heads that aren't tech savvy with how to get all the new releases, how to get all these new sneakers? Because these damn kids are beating us to it, and I'm salty. Where I'm throwing my towel in. Where I'm like, man, I can't compete because I don't have the software, I don't have the resources. So can we have something on NikeTalk for us older guys?
It's going to go dead. And I'll tell you why it's going to go dead.
Because people don't want to share it.
Yeah, because from 99 to I would say maybe 11 or 12, I'll say. If you say the word reseller, it was something bad. It was like, and what reseller meant was bulk buyer. We all were always part of buy sell trade. But that has changed. So you and I connecting now. I know if I see you in LA, you come to DC, almost like what Nipsey Hussle said, you my boy now. It's bread that has been, we've already broke bread. So you come to my town, you good. I come to your town, we're good. That doesn't apply anymore. Everyone is about themselves and no one thinks long term. Yeah. So the integrity and the relationship thing that we probably were raised on, hate to say with this millenniums and so forth, but it's non-existent. So everyone thinks short term. Everyone's about this quick buck. And I think in the long term, we all could win. And that's something that NikeTalk kind of established. So there's this fight now with us old heads, if you will, trying to converge, but not totally conform and say, okay, fine, there's some changes that has been made, but we can help you, you can help us. And then more like, nah, if you ain't spending this type of money, I can go this person, that person. So that's what's going on now, man, is that everyone's out for themselves.
But I think we can still give it a try and start a thread and like see what happens. I'm sure somebody out there will be willing to share something.
Yeah.
I think like with our community, I think we are a different community. I think people might give it a shot and share some information.
Because with you just want to shoot and
Exactly.
you're good. Some of these guys, like, their livelihoods depend on those bots, believe it or not. And I'm like, where they do that at? But it goes on these days. So
Unfortunately, yeah. It's the reality.
All right. I think if anybody ever knows me, I have the biggest collection of Air Jordan 15s. For me, the Air Jordan 15s were
the 15?
the very first Jordan 15. Yeah,
I'm out of here.
the Air Jordan 15. No, dead serious. The Air Jordan 15s. It was the very first shoe that I bought with my own money. Not my very first Air Jordan, but it was taking the ownership and saying like, "Hey, mom, dad, I don't have to depend on you to get me shoes." So it actually helped, like it enabled me. It showed me that I could, that I wasn't restricted by mom and dad's allowances or trying to ask for shoes on my birthday or being restrained by somebody. It was like, no, I can make my own money, I can find a way to make my own money, and then I can go buy what I want to buy. Nice. So the Air Jordan 15 was that for me. Flint and gray Jordan 15. Obviously they don't perform very well. They don't feel very good. But I've owned every player edition. I've had over 25 pairs. I have all the Jordan 15s you can think about.
Do you have the lows too, or just the
all of those too?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So even the moccasins, if people know
Oh my gosh.
And the trunners, yes, all the trunners.
Wow.
I have a big collection of the trunners. But you know, hey, shoes takes you to a time and place. You're chasing your fours. For me, like the 15 was like a big shoe for me. And I think that's kind of what it's something personal. Now it's not about just getting a new Yeezy. It means something. Exactly. It was, you know, it has a personal touch to it.
For me, it was
Your favorite shoe of all time?
favorite shoe of all time. Probably would be the penny ones.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna wear it today, but then I realized that it was all yellow on the Air Max. Yeah, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna wear it. It was a beater.
Perfectly designed shoe.
Yeah,
Perfectly designed shoe.
Yeah, that was a good era too. Those years. The shoe that evaded me, that made me start collecting shoes, was the Air Jordan 9, the white black. Couldn't find that shoe anywhere. So that's the thing that got me into getting shoes. Yeah.
For myself, it would be these right here. My dad had them back in the day because he wears a size 12. And we'd go, because he'd go like the next season later and get them on, they're all on sale. You get like 2 pairs. Whereas my size 7.5 or whatever, of course, it's sold out. So I got to look at them on his feet a lot. Got to watch Mike play in them a lot, but never had the OGs. So there's just something about them, the reflective tongue, the clear sole. Like in context of other shoes of that era, they stick out a lot. And to me, they're the best Jordans of all time because clear soles, everybody's got them now, but you can thank this shoe. The tongue, the super flashy tongue and stuff, it was just like otherworldly for me. So it's the shoe for me.
Yep. Me, like Nelson, I'm blessed enough to also have my Holy Grail on my feet, the 99 original carbon posit, flight posit ones. Being from Washington, D.C., Northwest, born and raised, the flight posit one was like the shoe of the city. And at one point, this shoe was going for at least $1,000 at one point in time because only Nike Towns had them. And the quality of the shoe till this day, they're from 1999. So nice. And I have a glue, but I'm a flight posit one dude. But as far as that shoe that did it for me, my uncle Deion Robinson had the Air Jordan 6 originally. And once the 7s came out, particularly the Hairs, him and my Uncle Earl, they went that way. And he gave me his used pair of 6s from underneath his bed. And the whole design of the 6 from top to bottom, that shoe did it for me. So my wife would tell you, we were at VCU, it was August 23rd of 2000 when that retro came out. I did not sleep the entire month waiting for that shoe to come out. So come this February with that 6, I'm already in, regardless of the bad quality and so forth. Again, shoes take you to a time, and the Air Jordan 6 with that Lakers series, that shoe, man, just the art and craftsmanship of that shoe is top notch.
Start first. All right, I decided to bring these LeBrons. I'm wearing these LeBrons because I'm starting to understand that kids like LeBrons, Durant's, so I'm trying to be cool. No. I'm wearing the LeBron 15s because I think it's a beautiful shoe. They're very comfortable. I think there's a lot of good shoes out there nowadays. I think this is a really, really important shoe because LeBron James is a huge player. A huge athlete for this era in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And to have such a beautiful shoe, I think the shoe is just beautiful. Period. You just look at it; it's just fun to look at. So it's actually my favorite shoe in the last, I would say, modern shoe in the last couple of years. This color in particular is the Fairfax colorway for a Fairfax high school. I'm actually coaching basketball there. So we have 3 pairs of LeBrons. This is our home. This is our home colorway, our white with red and yellow. We have a black, gray, red and yellow, and we have an all red with mesh skin yellow, which are crazy and insane. It's got our Fairfax brand in the back. We're fully LeBron school, so we get the LeBron soldiers in our own color. We have about 5 PEs this year, 5 PEs last year. So it's just to kind of reflect the time and place of where I'm at today, with LeBron James and trying to stay current with the kids. And then also, too, where I'm at with my career, just coaching basketball at the Fairfax.
Cool.
Nice. Today I'm wearing the KDs. I was coaching volleyball this morning, so I needed a court shoe. So
Practicality.
nice, yeah.
Nice. Obviously, the 5s again, favorite shoe, special shoe for me. These are from 2007. I wore them the first time today. Special occasion, so special shoe.
My man, Dan, God forgive me, I forgot your screen name, but he's originally from the D.C., Maryland, Virginia forum. He hit me up on Friday and was like, dude, you got to wear your carbon fiber Flight Posit ones. And everything came full circle because it's my favorite shoe of all time. I'm blessed to have it. It came out in 1999. NikeTalk was created in 1999. It's like a light bulb went off. So to have friends like that intertwine and say, dude, you got to wear that shoe. And we just didn't need to have a deep conversation about it. Like everything came full circle. So that's the reason why I have these on my feet. I want a name drop. I really don't. I've had my share, I would say. We talked about a few. There's one particular MC who at one time was the Jersey King, throwback king. And that came from me, quite frankly, because I gave him information on a few shops, particularly one in Boone, North Carolina, where he can get his material. So if you go back to your Throwback Thursdays, you may see a particular MC rapping with game-worn jerseys or a game-worn jacket that you probably have never seen before because Mitch Ness didn't make it. You got the information from me. So
living in LA, you're in the heart of it. I've interact with a lot of those guys. But I think for me, one of the guys that I think we can all relate to, that's still relevant now is Bobbito Garcia. I bumped into him a lot in LA. He's doing a lot of movie stuff. He's still with it, still making movies, and still he's deeply rooted in basketball and in the sneaker community, which I think is awesome. Just finding ways to stay relevant, be relevant through decades and decades of time, sports and basketball and all that. So if there's going to be a name that I'm going to drop, I'm going to name Bobbito Garcia because I think
Cool Bob Love is my OG. So it shows you how things go. My dude is in DC. He's really connected with him, and he's like his big brother, and like he's a good dude overall.
Definitely. So I don't mind dropping his name. So that's an old school guy that I think is still kind of relevant nowadays.
I can't think of any.
I've never really met celebrities or athletes who are affiliated with the sneaker industry, but I've met people who work at Nike, and so interacted with them and got their views on where things were going and their products. So that's my extent of it at the headquarters. For myself personally, I think it's definitely changed. I think sneakers are as mainstream as having an iPhone. It's just like it is what it is now. It's just something you just need, and it's not like a hidden. NikeTalk was a bit of a it's a hidden away culture, and now it's like a complete mainstream culture. Like everybody just knows the term sneakerhead. Even it's just a normal part of life now. For whatever good or bad that might be, that's just what it is.
I think we are part of the pre and post social media era, which has changed everything from technology to even how you apply for jobs now. And I think that our hobby will be a part of that because it's changed the world. But I think that being a part of the pre-social media, we understand a whole lot of things that the post-social media, they just don't get. So that's a lot of the ills that come along with not having an identity, trying to figure out what you do like. And like all of us have a story with our favorite shoe. And it's not because someone else likes it or because someone posted and then, 2 weeks later you have a new favorite shoe. No, there's a connection with the athlete or something with each of our shoes right now. I think that a lot of people are looking for an identity, and it's just cool to just like sneakers now. So I know people that will go out and spend a certain amount of money on a shoe, Snapchat it, Instagram it, and they sell it 2 weeks later, and it's an ongoing cycle. So that's unfortunate, but there's still a lot of people out there that still has that intrinsic value with the artwork and just having a story behind the shoes that they like.
I'm gonna ditto on that.
It was a secret place. It's a place you didn't talk about.
Secret place.
All we ask is trust.
Yeah. Secret place, enthusiasm, chaos, laughing at people, laughing at celebs.
Antagonists.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like a great place. It still is a great place.
I would be like, back in the day, like there was like no smartphones at the time. So
Exactly.
I would be like, oh, I can't wait to get home and get on NikeTalk. And I have all this information to put up.
I think with me personally, it was intentional for me to have like this WWE character. So everyone kind of knew my identity. If I came in there, like, oh God, here comes Isaac Hazel, blah, blah, blah. But there also was this other side in which I was very intentful on making sure I was like the hookup guy with the DC, Maryland, and Virginia forum. So quote unquote summits and so forth. Meth would tell you, I made sure I organized and ran those because, again, I wanted to be a part of the extension of what NikeTalk was all about. I wanted to have my fun and so forth. But as far as making sure I looked out for guys, meaning if I had a discount, it was your discount. If I had to pay for shipping, you need to pay for shipping and look for nothing in return. There's certain things that are just biblical that I live by that I was able to infuse in NikeTalk, in which those connections I have with those guys 10, 15 years later, we're still best friends. So to my guys who are executives, fathers, 15, 16 years later, when that didn't happen in real life. So thanks to NikeTalk, I've had a lot of connections, but doing the right thing and being consistent with my character has helped me extend what NikeTalk is all about overall.
And I think that extends back to, it's a testament to the members, but that was also our initial goal. Like going back to the earlier question, like that was our initial goal with it, is this outcome that actually happened. And that's what we still strive for right now. The funniest thing, for me, like I mentioned it a couple times this weekend, the funniest thread I remember was some guy posting up how Scottie Pippen stole his 2 girls at a club. And I just could not get over how funny it was, because he was at a club talking to 2 girls. Pippen came and took his girls. And then members were just like laughing at this dude for letting that happen. And then years later, when Pippen got a divorce, this guy resurrected the thread. And he's like, karma's a bee. So it stuck with him. So I laughed all through it completely again. It's hilarious.
For me, obviously just scrolling through and reading the comments is just, there's so much on NikeTalk that it's hard for me to pinpoint something that made me laugh. But I think one thing that a memory that I still think about now is I forget the guy's name, the guy that first posted the pictures of the fake Jordan 11s. It was like Hatada or something like that.
Yeah, the guy overseas.
Yeah, what was his name?
I forgot his name.
It was kind of like it started with an H and it was like Japanese or something.
Yep.
Like
Sanakata or something like that.
Right. So I remember when he first posted pictures and we really thought they were real. Like this is before we knew there was fake sneakers around. Like they posted the Wizard Jordan 11s and the white and red high top Jordan 11s. And whether you like them or like, I hate fakes, but those were hot. And I think one thing that I think about nowadays, like, why hasn't Nike made that shoe? Like, other than it just being like the staple fake Jordan 11, like a white and red high top Jordan 11 would be really nice with red patent leather, and then the Wizard inspired with the Wizard blue patent leather. That would be a really nice. That's a nice colorway. That really is a nice colorway, and that was one thing I always thought in my mind, like, why haven't Nike released that? Is that because they don't want to they don't want to be inspired by a fake shoe?
Right.
Does that make sense? So that's something that I just think about till this day as they make
Message.
Yeah, no, you look at their retro and the Jordan 11 like crazy, like the white and reds just got released. They're not even patent leather. They're like Nubuck, right? I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're Nubuck, right?
Yeah.
And I see them retroing these Jordan 11s. I'm like, well, you know, it happened so long ago. Why not take what might work? And you know, those shoes I think did work. They just were fake. So they were just fake.
But some fakes look better than the ones that actually coming out. Like now, Gentry, I think Gentry still has ideas that don't seem to coincide with what's actually hot. He just comes up with weird for the sake of weird. And some of these fakes actually would just had the spirit of the shoe in mind first, and that's what they look better than the stuff they release. It's unfortunate. I'll let them go first. I'll finish it off.
I haven't posted anything for a while. But long live NikeTalk. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Thanks for doing what you did. We're always so amazed by your posts. Seriously.
Long hard work.
I'm looking forward to another 19 years. And it goes to show that any idea with the correct foundation, with the correct substance, and with the correct drive and motives can live on. There's no way you could tell me through all the technology advances and so forth that this red and black message board still exists really in its original form. And it's still accepted and still has the members that it has and the activity that it has till this day. That says a whole lot about the credibility of the creator, his administrators, and how consistent they've been overall. I was just a kid that liked clean sneakers out of DC, that wanted someone outside of my 4-block zone that liked more than New Balances, Flight Posits, and Nike boots. And NikeTalk was my place. So I'm looking forward to contributing any way that I can and bringing in the new wave of folks. I'm looking forward to grandfathering my way into a 40th anniversary of NikeTalk, because there's a lot of sites, there's a lot of organizations that NikeTalk is their foundation, whether they want to admit it or give credit or acknowledge it or not. This guy has sunned a whole lot of people. So you think about that old MC that no one wants to talk about, that influenced a generation of MCs and so forth. Nelson is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, no question. He has my utmost respect because by forming this website, he's done so much for people like myself, as far as not only with the hobby, but just knowing how to be consistent, knowing how to adapt, and knowing how to change, but still keep your foundation and your credibility and your initial, I guess, thoughts and drive the same. That's not easy to do. There's only one Jay-Z. You know, a lot of rappers that came out, when he came out, you probably can't even name right now. And Nelson is really like the Jay-Z that he doesn't want to take any credit for. He's behind the scenes and so forth. But, you know, he's the godfather of a lot of these websites and a lot of social media that you see going on. And he's definitely the father or the godfather of a lot of these social media celebrities that you see out now. They know where their stuff came from. And it came from either our website, which means they came from originally from him. So there's a lot of branches to this tree. Here's the trunk right here. And I'm looking forward to that tree expanding. And Nelson wants to say thank you overall.
Appreciate it.
Because it's more than about sneakers. The connections I've made with folks over the years, it's been I can't explain outside of my wife and my kid how protective I am of NikeTalk and its brand. That's the reason why I flew here today.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
I can't add anything that's better than that. Just to add that the incredible work that Meth does as well. He deserves all the credit as well. Like, he does a lot for NikeTalk. He always has the best interests in mind, the same as mine. Our two interests and ideas have always coincided perfectly, which is weird because that doesn't usually happen in life. And it actually happened in this, and we both had the same passion for it, and we tried to do what's always best for our members, and that's why I can hope it'll continue.